I'm especially grateful to the many leaders and colleagues from various city, state, and non-governmental organizations who staff this center during emergencies. Collectively, we work to ensure that the city is prepared for any emergency, and part of that includes keeping the EOC in a constant state of readiness should we need to activate when an emergency occurs. After months of renovations and upgrades, we now have a new and much more strategic EOC for our public safety responders. This facility is the city's information and coordination hub. The facility assists with the preparation, response, and recovery efforts during emergencies. While the footprint of this facility is the same, the new floor layout utilizes the square footage in a more efficient and industrious way. The new workstations and chairs are designed for critical mission purposes while minimizing fatigue and discomfort, which is essential during long EOC shifts. The mayor will provide a more detailed overview of some of our new renovations in a few moments. Finally, in closing, I would like to acknowledge and thank my staff who oversaw the renovations of this facility over the past 6 months. All of you did a phenomenal job, and your work spoke for itself during the city's recent response to Hurricane Sandy. Agencies were much more comfortable and more importantly, more able to collaborate and coordinate as we manage the response to Superstorm Sandy. At this time, I would like to ask Mayor Nutter to say a few words.
Sam, you and your team have done just a fantastic job, and the partnership and the support that we all try to provide is a testament, again, to your leadership, to your team. I've enjoyed being here, I guess, not too long ago when I had a chance, because I've been asking for some time to just really meet the entire team. And quite frankly, was surprised to learn that there's so many people who work here. It is true. It's exciting to be here in a non-emergency situation and to really see and get to know the folks who are doing the work day to day. Deputy Mayor for Public Safety and our Chief of Staff, Everett Gillison, again, thank you for your oversight and leadership, as well as, of course, Mike Resnick, Director of Public Safety, and Rich Negrin, Deputy Mayor for Administration and Coordination, our great Managing Director. My notes tell me, and Sam also recognized Marianne Tierney, but is she actually here? On her way. Okay, all right. I didn't think I saw her. And Robert Full, Chief Deputy Director of the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency. Yes, sir. Can we please recognize him? Give him a big, big round of applause. Pima in the house. Thank you. I think our judge, who we see often down here or out in the streets, Judge Renee Cardwell-Hughes, Southeastern Pennsylvania chapter of the American Red Cross. What a great partner she and her team are. Fire Commissioner Ayers, and as was mentioned, Deputy Commissioner, Nola Joyce, and the entire police department team, and all of the agencies, the city agencies, the state agencies, transportation, public utilities, all of you make so much of a difference. And we are especially proud of this new state-of-the-art center here at the EOC. And of course, many of you started to see a bit of a preview of what was to come when we were here during Hurricane Sandy, and many of the systems were tested in a real-life situation. At that time, of course, you saw representatives from city, state, federal, nonprofit, and private sector agencies staffing these seats, coordinating the city response to that record-breaking storm. And as I said to many of you that day and in the days that followed, but let me say one more time, it's because of the great work that all of you do in a coordinated fashion that we're able to communicate not only with all of our city residents, but with people literally throughout the region. Folks in the region increasingly are depending on us right here at our EOC to get information out about what's going on, not only throughout the city, but across the region. And as I move around the city and region during these storm events, whether it's a winter storm or hurricane or anything else that Mother Nature wants to throw at us, increasingly folks are relying on what's happening in Philadelphia and information coming out of our EOC. I know the folks at PICO greatly depend on us when we talk about how many trees are down, how much power is out, who has power, who doesn't, and systems coming back online. It makes a big, big difference. And so renovations on this center began last summer, and were expected to be completed in, of course, December. However, when we learned that Hurricane Sandy was coming, we had to change, of course, our course of action. Monitoring the track of that storm well in advance of the expected landfall on October 29th, our OEM staff kicked it right into high gear to ensure that the torn up empty shell of a room was up and running in time to make it operational for that storm. And you saw what they did and how they performed. Again, I want to thank Sam and the entire OEM staff for their dedication, their commitment, their foresight, and their day-to-day activities that help to make sure that citizens and visitors and others who are in our city are as safe and as secure as possible. But they really did kick it out and got this going well in advance of when it was targeted. So one more time, can we give Samantha Phillips and the entire team a big round of applause? A couple other folks that we need to recognize: Deputy Director for Operations, Robert Kiefus, James Guckin, IT Program Manager, Gregory Whitmer, Logistics Program Manager, Ricky Stetchman, IT Coordinator, and Jerry Blaze, Grants and Operations Specialist. I want to thank all of those folks as well. Give it up for them. And they would be the first to tell you that they don't do all of that work by themselves either. Many employees from several city agencies, the Office of Innovation and Technology, Public Property, the Fire Department, worked side by side to get the center up and running in time before the hurricane arrived, and we owe all of them a great debt of gratitude as well. I'm especially proud of the tremendous effort of our employees that came through time and time again during the hurricane, working long hours behind the scenes, again, to get the center ready. From this center, our Office of Emergency Management staff can monitor incidents and other work to mitigate problems that arise during these times of either disaster or significant weather events. Designed to be staffed around the clock during emergencies, agency representatives now have a few creature comforts, such as chairs designed for the demands of 24/7 use. They are some pretty nice chairs. We have some space in the back of the Tahoe. Got it. Sam, you have any extras? I want to have one of those down at City Hall. They are very, very nice. The new suspended ceiling provides better lighting for representatives working in the center on those sometimes 12-hour and longer shifts. With the new ADA-compliant floor layout, key agencies are strategically placed at specific workstations to share critical information more easily and to mitigate any problems. This was very apparent during the hurricane when PICO, the Streets Department, and Fairmount Park representatives were seated at the same V-shaped workstation, and they had the ability to literally talk face-to-face to address down trees, down power lines, or trees spread across roads. In addition, these representatives have extra countertop space to work more efficiently at their workstations since the computers are built right into the furniture cabinets. The OEM staff worked with the renovation consultants and found creative ways to reuse existing materials from the previous center, such as recycling plywood from the old workstations to make new shelving. The old tables and chairs were repurposed, love that word, and found a new home with the Urban Search and Rescue PA Task Force 1. To provide those staffing the EOC with greater situational awareness, the previous video wall was expanded from 10 to 20 displays while retaining the existing software licensing, saving $54,000. Staff can view various stations, video feeds from PennDOT or streets, or the police department cameras that are throughout the city simultaneously. Internet feeds can also be displayed to view satellite images from the National Weather Service during a storm or other web feeds as needed. An agency representative staffing the Emergency Operations Center can now communicate directly with their coworkers out in the streets because of upgraded communications to the city's radio system. The entire renovation came in at a cost of $786,000, funded by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Federal Emergency Management Agency's State Homeland Security Program. And again, we want to thank our state and federal partners. Give them a big, big round of applause. as much as we want to be on top of things, as much as we want to have state-of-the-art technology and resources, and certainly work areas, we are at times challenged financially. We would never have been able to do this without those grants from the state and federal government. We're very, very appreciative of those funds. The Office of Emergency Management now has an ultra-modern emergency operations center to quickly assess, respond to, and recover from emergencies such as the ones that I've mentioned. And at this time, let me also ask PEMA Director Glenn Cannon you're waiting for that part, huh? Okay. We're not going to ask the director to say anything, primarily because he's not here. But if he were, we would do that. And so it's my pleasure to now officially declare that the City of Philadelphia's newly renovated Emergency Operations Center with a few extra new bells and whistles is ready for activation whenever it's needed to keep Philadelphians and those who are here safe and sound during times of emergency or non-emergency. We are very, very excited about today's announcement, and I guess now we're going to use the oversized scissors to do something and not hurt ourselves at the same time. Thank you so much.
You do.
So, 1, 3. 3, 2, 1. Any questions?
Will this be running 24/7, or has it just been utilized in times of emergency?
Sam, you want to come up? I believe the answer is when it's activated. It has 24/7 capabilities, but Sam can tell you what they do in the other times.
That's correct. The EOC is 24/7 when it's officially activated during emergencies. But the Office of Emergency Management has a 24/7 facility just actually behind this video wall called the Regional Integration Center. And John Paul Bruno is the program manager, and that was built in-house. It's staffed either with 1 or 2 people around the clock to monitor what's happening in the city, alert not only OEM employees if we have to respond to something, but also serve as a communication hub for other departments.
Anything else? Great. Thank you. Good seeing you all. Thank you very, very much. Congratulations, OEM.